Hello, Mindfulness Project family. Happy New Year 2021. I'm super glad you're here. We're going to start strong with the Mindfulness Project Training Hub because I would like to continue the work we started last year, that we guide you into a process of going deeper into your own personality, but more important, deeper into the spiritual part of your human existence. So this is what we're going to do. And New Year, I hope you did our New Year's Eve ritual, which we recorded last year. If not, here's the link. So do it. You can also do it in the beginning of the year. Any day, any time is really, really good. And in this ritual, you reflect on the past year, and you're going to make a really nice, intuitive look into what you want to manifest in this year, 2021. So, and for a lot of people, the inner dialogue when it comes to our New Year's resolutions looks like that.
But you know what? Last year was really shit. And only thing that helped me is TV and cookies.
Yeah, but in the New Year's ritual we said that this year we really want to stay away from tea and sugar.
Actually, I don't care. I feel lonely, sad, angry, I am frightened, and I need TV and cookies to feel good.
So should be really honest, TV and cookies does not get you over being frightened, will not get you over being scared and lonely and all these kind of things. It just makes you not feel it for a certain amount of time.
But what that? I want them. But, okay, what can you offer me then?
So, you see, we basically have these two sides inside of us. The one which is, just thriving towards the wholesome, and the other which is, just dragging you back into your own old habits, into your conditioning, basically. So, and we started with the Kosha system from the yoga philosophy. And here's the chart again. And so you see there's basically your inner core, your inner being. And this is kind of covered by different layers. And it goes from the gross layer to the very, very fine layer. And I would like to talk about the second last layer, the Vijnanamaya Kosha. And that is most of the time translated as the wisdom body. And so basically in yoga philosophy we say that we have something inside of us which is called buddhi. And buddhi is basically our ability to discern what is good, what is bad, not in a moral kind of way, but in a sense of what is wholesome and unwholesome for myself and others. And basically buddhi, you can imagine buddhi is like a mirror. And in yoga philosophy, they say that your soul or your essence or divine consciousness, however you want to call it, is like pure white light. So, and inside of us, this kind of consciousness is flowing in through everything, through our body, through our mind, heart, feelings, thoughts, senses. Without consciousness, without this pure white light, our senses could not function without actually becoming conscious of the sense. And so this pure white light is actually reflecting in buddhi, this kind of conscious awareness center in us, and that is reflecting the light, and our our mind, our feelings are kind of sensing these reflections. So we cannot sense our pure essence directly. It's kind of mirrored through buddhi. So, and if your buddhi, if your awareness center inside of you is not very clear, if it's kind of dusty, with old patterns, old belief systems, with a lot of habits, then the reflection is very obscured. The reflection is then very, very distorted, and then you are not seeing clearly who you are. You don't see your light. And I just really love this picture. And so that means, for example, if you have a lot of conditioning of thought patterns like I'm not good enough, I'm not lovable, I'm too fat, I'm too stupid, then basically how you see the world, how you experience everything which is around you, just is experienced through these layers of distortion on your buddhi. And then you really experience that people don't like you, don't integrate you so much, but it's just your reflection of, your conditioned reality. So the whole path of yoga, the whole path of meditation is actually a path of purifying your buddhi, purifying your awareness until you become so pure and your awareness becomes so pure, unobstructed from thoughts and feelings, that actually the reflection of your higher self can actually reach your own consciousness, and that you are able to live out of that. Yeah, so this body layer system is really, really interesting. So the question is, how do we how do we actually clean this mirror? How do we train our buddhi so that it becomes a really powerful tool for my life? And so there are two aspects of what you need to do. Is you need to train your awareness. So if I'm really unable to be fully aware of what is going on around me, if I'm just really just seeing everything through my habits and my belief patterns, then it's really difficult. Also, when your mind is usually so agitated that it cannot calm down, then it's impossible to really see reality, so to see the light, basically. So we need to train, and this is why yoga asanas and meditation are training you to be in the present moment and just be really, really aware. And the other thing is we need to train our discernment, that we can actually discern from what is wholesome and unwholesome, but more important, what is real and what is unreal. What is my story I constantly create in my mind, and what is actually the reality outside. And so a lot of people, when they start to train buddhi, which is kind of our wisdom body. This is the most common translation of Vijnanamaya Kosha. Then we are working with our intellect. And that is knowledge. That is not wisdom. Buddhi is real, authentic wisdom, and that comes from intuition, basically. So it's less our male energy inside, it's more our female energy, if you want to work with these kind of dualities. And intuition is an incredible, powerful source. So in the past, it was most of the time more, like esoteric and, these kind of no, intuition is something, not scientific. But now, finally, science starts to pick up on what intuition actually is. So they made an experiment, and that's really interesting. So they let people play kind of like a card game. So you had two piles of cards, and the one card contains a card with a great loss and great winning, and the other, always alternating, and the other one had little winnings and hardly no loss. So that was the safe pile, and that was kind of like the dangerous pile. And it was interesting because everybody who played it, after 50 times getting a card, they could kind of like figure out that there is more danger to this than to this pile. And after 80 cards, they can actually explain what is happening, what the cards, in which order they are, and stuff like this. So after 50 cards, they already had this gut feeling about what's going on, and after 80 cards, the conscious awareness was aware of what's going to happen. So, but they made the scientific research, and they found out after 10 cards, when the hand was reaching out to the dangerous pile of cards, the glands were already opening, and fear sweat was starting. So after 10 cards, already your subconsciousness could sense this kind of more dangerous pile in comparison to the other pile. So, and that is the scientific proof that there is a wisdom, a knowing which is beyond your thoughts, beyond certain feelings, and there's a lot of research going on, that your mind can actually tap into something which is beyond our logic. So this is what we would like to train. This is what we would like to live our life based on, not what we think in our conditioning, but that which is beyond. Yeah. So, and the problem is that, so children, for example, they have a very, very incredible connection, with their intuition because they are, like, your intuition is based on certain experiences you have, yeah? So it's kind of like this wisdom access your data you have basically. So you have to turn around a couple of cards to get this kind of gut feeling. And for children, their needs and their wishes, they are very straightforward. So, they love cookies and candies, and they don't like statistics. And so the needs and the wishes and the wantings, so they are very straightforward, and they get a very straight gut feeling of what is in line with what they need and want and what is not. So they know they want the love of their mother and nothing in between. But when we grow up, our wishes and needs become like, contradictive. So we want to be free, but we want to, have a committed relationship. We want to travel, but we also need some security. So, and this is when our intuition starts to get stuck, and we don't really know who we are, what we want, where we go. And they found out that actually people who are depressed, who are really deep in the state of contradictions and difficulties, their intuitions shut down. So what we would like to do with you this month is that we bring you back into full power of intuition so that you can just really live your life based on who you are, what you are, and your deeper wisdom instead of your fears, your conditioning, and your worries, and your more superficial needs. So that is the thing. So meditation is super important to bring the mind into the present moment, get out of this, guinea pig wheel. And so we are going next week. I'll post a meditation about it where we use two things. Vipassana meditation where we label everything what is coming up, because buddhi is basically the witness in you. That which is, not attached to our feelings, not attached to our little likes and dislikes, but, can stay, undetached from, these kind of conditions, and we are just observing. And the more you are able to observe, the more you have access to the data, which can make you start to develop this kind of wisdom. And the other thing is we're going to work with self-exploration. So we're going to go deeper into seeing our habits, seeing the feelings and thoughts connected with it, and seeing the results so that we become much more clear. So I made a worksheet for you. You can download that on our Mindfulness Project Training Hub right here. And please work with that. Just really go into it and just observe for a week or 2 weeks certain aspects of your personality. And then next week we are going to make a meditation about that. Yeah? Wonderful. I hope this will help you to make 2021 something completely different, because they also say that Buddhi and Vijnanamaya Kosha is basically also the place of your willpower. This is the place where your real personal development is taking place, and that is the most incredible tool to go forward, because Buddhi is basically in the yoga philosophy the opening gate to experience the deeper spiritual realms. Yeah, so we're working again on the psychological level and on the spiritual level to open up, to come to this point, to be who we really are without our fears and without our past. Thank you so much, guys. I love you. Thank you all for all the incredible support. I think the last months we reached the highest numbers of Patreons ever. So thank you guys so much, because that means everything for us. We know that from the Thai government we have to stay closed at least another 6 to 8 months more before tourists will be able to come again. Now Corona is starting to be a problem here again in Thailand. And so we need your help, we need your support. Tell other people about this Patreon, please. Share our things on social media, and if you can, donate to us so that we can survive this year. Love you so much, and remember, it's on you what this year is going to be. It's not the circumstances, it's not a bloody virus. It's more like, can I use the time to really go inside and look who I am, what I want, and you can be free in a prison cell. Remember that. So liberation is something which is happening inside. Happiness is something which is inside of you. So just turn on your speakers, dance a little, shake it off, be crazy. You don't need other people to do that. See you soon.